Welcome back to Tucson. We are live today for class. I am Rachel of Sam's Bead Shop, and I have a wonderful special guest with me. Deb Floros is here from Deb Loves Jewelry. We are so happy to have her. It is Deb Day. She joined for the live sale this morning, so I hope you had a chance to check that out, or you can watch the replay. Now we get a class now, and then we got a meetup later. It is so fabulous. Are you having fun over here?
Oh my gosh. The live sale was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've watched a million of them.
Yeah, you've seen it from the other side.
Shopped a million of them. But to actually be here and be part of it was so fun. And to see all of the beads in person, you guys. Oh my gosh, so good.
Yeah, you were such a pro. I was like, I gave you like 1 minute of instructions. I'm like, put the scan here, do this. And you just rolled right in. You're amazing.
And I think we decided after this, I'm going to help with shipping and some customer service. And
we're gonna. She needs to see every side of the business. Yeah. You can go borrow Jesse's camera. And start taking some photos.
I mean, why not?
Yeah. But first, we have class.
Yes.
So thank you everybody for joining us. If you're live, hello. Please say hello in the live chat. Or if you're watching later, say hi in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Today, we're going to play with two things. We're playing with turquoise because it's Turquoise Tuesday. And we're going to play with Golem ceramics. They're incredible handcrafted pieces. So I sent Deb a collection, including that and some other gems, and she got to work.
Yeah, this was an inspiring palette. I mean, you all know how inspiring these guys are with they put these palettes out and you just can't resist all of that beauty. So she sent this amazing palette of things and it was so easy to just kind of put it all together.
Yeah.
So.
When I think about Deb, I think about, okay, I need to send her like some unique shapes. It can't just be a bunch of round beads because that's just not really going to inspire you and get the creative juices flowing. You got to get some unique shapes. There has to be some like bright pops of color. Yeah, it's gotta be good. So let's show you the beads, and it looks like we need to double check that everything was posted. So let me add this.
Okay.
Here's the button I'm looking for.
There it is.
All right, Deb, will you show off what we have in this palette?
Yes. So I'm going to start with the funny thing. So I always love using 15-0 seed beads. So some of you that follow me and watch me know that I love working with 15-0 seed beads. I know they're tiny. I know it's challenging, but they add such incredible dimension. So Rachel knows how I am. So she threw some of those in and they're in a lovely bronzy color. So these were a great addition to the grouping. Yes. And then I gotta, where
do you want to start? I'm happy. We can go anywhere.
How about, let's start with these, the teardrops.
Yes.
So
shell teardrop beads. They're curved like a petal.
Yeah. They are so incredible. So we looked at these this morning in the live show, and I showed folks that some of them are drilled, like they're drilled and you can't see the wire, but some of them actually have, you can see the wire. So I'm going to show you a little way to deal with that if it bothers you. Yeah. And then I'm going to go over here. So I didn't use these in the necklace design, but I've got a bonus bracelet that I'm just going to show you at the end.
The Chinese Amazonite.
And so I did use a few of these as an accent to the bracelet. And then
the Rhodonite, pink,
the color.
Yes.
Just a lovely, just think of this palette right here. Like that's just beautiful in and of itself. Then we have these little baby beauties.
Yes, the Gobi Agate. Such a unique color mix.
When I opened the bag, I'm like, really? Like, look at these things. Super faceted and all different color tones.
Southwest desert.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
that's one of the stars.
So I was telling Rachel a true confession moment. I haven't worked with chips a lot lately. And sometimes I think I'm challenged by them, but it was a good challenge.
Yeah.
And when there's such beautiful stones, I mean, how can you not get excited about that? So chips can add great dimension, great movement, great texture. So I was excited to use them.
Oh, they became an incredible part of your piece.
So
I'll just add that these are top drilled. So they're a little different than the chips you might be used to working with. So they hang down like a stick, like a dagger. They're going to vary in size, but yeah, they have that top drilled kind of like a Brio. So it gives it just more of a flow when it in a dangle in your piece.
Yeah. And when they get together, they kind of move around to do all kinds of fun things. And then the amazing Golem pendant,
incredible.
Which Golem is near and dear to my heart. I actually visited them in Bulgaria last year. It was probably one of the most exciting moments or times of my adult life. So it was great. I got to see all of their process of how they make these. And one night I got to actually see a Sam's Bead Shop order.
The timing of this as well. You're only there, I assume, for a few days.
It was like 6 days.
Yeah, just for a week. And like we've been placing orders. You guys have seen this stuff. This is stuff that you have seen at the Artisan Live sales over the last few months. And it was they took it out of the kiln and showed it to you.
Yeah, it was late. So I think that night we were out at a Bulgarian folk music concert, which was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
And we got back and he said, okay, let's unload the kiln. And I'm like, ooh, like that's exciting. And they are so excited about it. And he goes, oh, this is some stuff for Sam's Bead Shop. And I'm like, no way. So I get my phone out and I'm taking pictures, sending them to Rachel, like, oh my gosh, this is your order.
Like a sneak peek before, because they still had to do the last touches before they were shipping it off to me.
It was so great. It's just one of those moments, like, who would have ever thought that I would be sitting there and see that? It was just so cool. It was so much fun.
That was why I was like, we have to work with Golem Ceramic Today, because you've actually seen them working by hand to carve these, to mold them, to hand paint them. So it's so special to do this.
I met Vlad my first time to Tucson, and he was so kind to me and so nice, and all of his work was so inspiring. So I've just always had a special place in my heart for their artisan,
they're good people designs. And they do, and they're artists. They make incredible works of art.
Yeah.
So we're going to turn this, Deb is going to turn this into a necklace. I'm just going to enjoy the show.
Good help out.
So she's going to show us how to make a really unique pendant, focal, and then show us her stringing design to go with it. So there's a few different techniques today.
Yeah. So this isn't terribly hard, you guys, but I think there's a couple of little hacks in here that might help you or give you some inspiration. So I've got half the necklace strung, and I thought I would just talk you through the start of it, and then we'll do the pendant, and then we'll finish it up. So chips, I like to create with groupings of them, and I will typically do something in between groupings, like seed beads, maybe, or a small bead, maybe a small metal bead. So there's a combination of separation here.
Yeah, I see that.
So we've got, and I'll hold this up a little bit closer.
Wonderful.
So I'm always backwards here. So I've got groupings of 6 of the chips. And then I've got 2 15-0s. And then I've got one of our little Gobi beads. Is Gobi?
Yeah, the Gobi agate. You got it. I know, it's a very unique agate. I don't see that very often.
So, and I was thoughtful of the colors that I chose because I was thinking about the lightness of these, and there are some lighter toned Gobi beads, and then there's some that match the pink. So there's kind of some pink ones here and some pink here. So kind of tying all of that together. So, so that's what I did. And I like when you kind of get into using sticks, I try not to be too concerned with like the sizing of them, but I do sometimes when I string them on, try to think about how they will come together.
Yeah.
So maybe one might have a little bit more of a curve or might be very, very skinny. So I am a little thoughtful of, is this going to be about the same size as the next section?
Okay.
But to be honest, I really didn't get too hung up this
Mhm.
time because I just loved the look of this. Just that, all that movement, all that texture, and then the little pop of metallic throughout. Now, the little trick I do with beads that have this kind of a situation going. So
Yeah, it's
backwards.
because it's a curved Brio. So it's curved, they've cut into that shape and then they drill it. And so sometimes that means you kind of see the string.
Yeah. And I think sometimes people go, oh, I don't really like that.
Mhm.
Or what do I do with that?
Yeah.
And my thing that I've always done is I grab some seed beads.
Perfect.
So, like, my answer to a lot of things is seed beads. I don't know. Just kind of is. Now, this particular bead didn't have a visible place. So I left that on there because I wanted to show you, you may have a combination. Also, this one had a different space than this one. So I could only fit 2 seed beads in there. And then in this one, I actually got 4.
Oh, yeah.
So from my perspective, what this does is it kind of creates some continuity.
Yeah.
So if for some reason your necklace gets flipped around or you just like that little bit of extra finished look, you can do that. And it's also perfectly okay if the wire shows. So if you don't want to put the seed beads on, you don't have to. It is a little bit challenging to get the seed beads on. So when we go back up around, we'll see how hard it will be for me, because sometimes it's a little harder than others. But then I got us now to the point where we're going to do our pendant. But I think I want to add 3 more sticks down at the bottom to make it consistent. I only did 3 here, but I think I'm going to add 3 more.
I like it. We're going to play around, give it a different look today.
A slightly different look. So I'm just going to grab a few more of our sticks. Make sure I'm on camera there.
We've got also, just so you know, links in the description if you want to purchase any of the beads today. And a lot of them are in people's carts right now if you're watching this live from our morning live sale. But some of those, I have a hunch, will become available. So join the wait list for anything that shows as sold out. It might just be in people's carts. And just look out for notifications or check back on your cart later today or tomorrow to see if you get anything from the wait list. Otherwise, we're going to work on restocking anything that we're able to. I know I need to put in a new golem order. That can take a bit longer because they're a very small studio. So
they got a long way to travel.
But join the waitlist, because that's how I know how many to purchase from them, how much that they should fire up in their kiln.
Yeah, and it does take a bit to get across the world.
That too. I mean, the shipping, but just the making too. I'm going to try bringing that down. If that's too low, just let me know.
Oh, you're good. So what I did was I added a few more so that the groupings of the chips are the same as the rest of the necklace. Then I used 2 seed beads and another one of the little Gobi beads and another 2 seed beads. And what I'm going to do, so I don't lose everything,
smart,
put a stopper on.
That's smart.
And then we'll shift to making our pendant bail. So we're going to make a bail with chips. And we're going to use some wire and add a few seed beads and the chips. And that will give us kind of a fun tie-in to everything. And sometimes, people take a beautiful pendant and they find themselves looking for a way to do it justice, to get it onto a piece.
Yeah.
Like, should I use a jump ring? Should I use wire? What should I do? I just thought this was a fun, different kind of way to do it. So I've got some 24 gauge wire, just some artistic wire. And I did pick out a bronze color to kind of tie everything in. And by the way, I used, stringing wise, I used the Beadalon bronze color in 19 strand.
And it's the 0.018 diameter. I think we have that in a couple other colors in the shop. Not this one, but some other options.
Yeah, this is not like very common, this color.
I will just add, that's also like basic, almost the same size as medium soft flex. So you can either go for a 0.018 Beadalon or a medium soft flex. Both will work. So I'm going to cut, and this is a problem, but I always cut probably more than I need. Oh, yeah. We all do.
It's just, for me, for showing something, I would rather have more than less.
And then you have to have enough to hold on to.
Yeah. So I've got 2 pieces of wire and I want them to be rough. I mean, they don't have to be exactly the same length, but they should be very close. And what you're going to do is you're going to, and I need to just take a quick look at my notes.
Oh, yeah.
How did I do that? Yeah.
Because I've seen the finished piece, but honestly, looking at it, I was not sure how it came together. So I'm excited to learn with all of you.
Okay. So what you want to do is, for starters, and this is how I did it. You might want to do it differently if you want to do this in 2 steps, but I feel like it might be a little bit easier to do the 2 at the same time through the pendant. So I'm going to, and it doesn't really matter if they are, you know, too jumbled up in there together. But I've got the pendant just kind of lying down at the base of the 2 pieces of wire. And what I'm going to do is take a few, we're going to use seed beads. So let me put those over here. And let me grab a couple of seed beads. And your 15-0s will fit onto 24 gauge wire.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with a couple of seed beads at the base, because these will actually probably kind of slide into the holes. And we need a few to be on and kind of set the stage for the beads coming on board. So if you can see, those are kind of slipping in there. So I'm going to put a few on, maybe like another 3 or so on. And those will kind of be at the base, the very base where the pendant hole is. And then I'm going to put the same amount on the other wire. So got 2 wires coming out to work with.
And we're using a golem ceramic piece, but really this seems like something you could do with any front drilled pendant. We're essentially teaching you a technique for creating a bail with a front drilled pendant. So I know we've sold some, like even this morning, some front drilled like rectangle shell beads. Like we've got a lot of that in the shop. So I would love to see if anyone takes this technique and just uses it on a different pendant.
Yeah, it's and it could be even similar with a donut.
Yeah.
Like you could.
That's essentially a front drilled.
Yeah, it's a big drill.
It's got a large hole.
It's a large drill.
Yeah, we could just call donuts large, very large front drilled coins.
So this doesn't look like perfect because they're all competing for space, but that's kind of what I want.
Yeah.
I kind of want this to be a little bit organic.
Messy, organic look. Yeah.
Yeah. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to put on 2 pieces at a time. Now, if you want to be really, really, careful, cautious, thoughtful, you can decide like which pieces do I want to use here, or you can just string them on. Either way completely works.
Yeah.
So I have a hard time seeing the holes on chips. Like when I'm looking, I that's my only challenge.
You're
with
like,
these guys.
The 15 seed beads, no big deal. But
the chips, the holes are hard to see.
There are some of those like kind of the black and brown in that mixed in, so that I feel like that kind of makes the holes disappear.
Yes. So what I do is I'm going to take 2 at a time. And I'm going to start with 1 wire. So one of the 2 wires that you've got. And then I'm going to add, did I do 2 seed beads? I think I only did 1. So I'm going to put 1 seed bead on. So you've got that. It's got a couple pieces.
I've got your photo too of what you did in case that's helpful.
Thank you. It's so funny when you make something and days have passed and you've shopped and you've done all kinds of crazy things. You don't remember.
The little details can disappear.
Yeah, some of those little extra things kind of. So that is happening there. So getting a little like 2 beads and then 1 seed bead.
Okay, that's our pattern.
And actually, I'm trying to stay away from the largest ones. But you can, this is organic and it should be fun and interesting. So I'm going to put 1 seed bead on next, and then another 2 pieces. And what's cool about these chips is they're all the variations of turquoise, all the colors.
Yeah,
so,
you're getting
so cool.
more of the sky blue, some of the more tealy green blues, darker, lighter. There's a lot of variety on the strand.
So I've got six. I've got 6 of the seed beads. No, I've got 6 of the turquoise. So I'm going to hold, and this is where this gets tricky because you're holding on to all of this. I'm going to do the other front side. Then we're going to load beads from the back too. Okay. So I'm going to grab 2 more. So we're just going to string those guys on. And it's kind of good that you don't have exact shapes here because you kind of want these to all like mix and mingle together. Just they kind of become one with each other.
Yeah, you're creating this turquoise cluster bouquet at the top of in your bale.
Funny that you use the word bouquet because originally I was thinking to try and make little bouquets out of the chips. And I played around for probably a good 10 minutes. And I'm like, this is just not going to happen. This is a little off the reservation for me. So,
but in a way, you sort of kept that theme going.
Yeah, it's sort of something like a flower. I don't know, little bouquet. So I know this takes a long time here, but
no. It's helpful to see the process.
So I'm just, I'm kind of picking through, getting some slightly different sizing and slightly different shapes. And again, that's another cool thing about these strands is you can hand pick what you want to work with. So, and I'm ending on a seed bead once I get my groupings of them on. So let's see what I have. So in this case, I've got some bigger ones and some smaller ones. Totally fine. I know this looks weird now.
It's going to come together.
So I'm going to actually flip this around. I'm still going to hold on to these. So it's a little bit fiddly.
If you're having trouble, you could always just put a slight bend in the end of your wire. You might then have to cut that off later because it can be hard to unbend, but you can kind of like form a stopper in a way.
Yeah, you could even like take a piece of like Scotch tape or something if that makes you feel more comfortable. I don't know.
We're living on the edge here.
Yeah. I always feel like I do things very inefficiently.
Your hands are the best tools. You got to use them.
I feel like I just force myself to make it all work, like in my own hands. Like I'm gonna hold on to this thing,
like a whole octopus of wire going on.
I'm gonna hold on to this thing.
Next time we'll do 8 pieces there.
All right. So now I need to end on
the exact same pattern on the back.
Okay. Same pattern on the back. But I'd love to see if somebody wants to switch this up. Like what would it even look like? What would you do different? So lots of possibilities. So 2 and 1 is the pattern.
So 2 turquoise chips and then 1 15-0 seed bead in between.
Yeah. And there's so many pretty options here. So good. All of these beautiful colors.
I'm curious for folks who are joining us live right now. Do you all like using gemstone chip beads in your design? Do you have trouble using them? I'd love to hear your thoughts on chip beads.
Yes,
and
do tell.
Let us know all your secrets, and hopefully we can give you some new ideas for them today, as you can see.
Yeah. All right, so we have a pretty good cluster here.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna get too committed to shaping it just yet, but I want to hold it up and see kind of how I think this is going to come together. And I think that's pretty cool. So think of it this way. If you want more of a dramatic look, you could add more. I think you could almost get even a 3rd strand of wire in here. They're going to bunch up differently, but you could make it a wider piece. You could do all kinds of fun things. So, the options are endless, and it's all, very organic. So one is going to look one section is going to look a little different than the other. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and so I'm going to just kind of push all of these guys down. And then what I want to do is twist.
Let's twist.
Let's twist. So I'm going to hold on. I'm going to hold on to this piece and I'm going to just do a few twists. Now let's see if it's actually working. It is.
It's also kind of twisting. I don't know if you mean to.
Twisting the beads.
The beads are also twisting a bit.
That's what we want.
Okay.
So we want this to kind of create that like really funky.
It's like a whole like sculptural
right there. Yeah. So let them do their thing. And some of them are gonna go wonky ways. And that's what's so cool about it. So I'm going to twist a little bit more. And I think it's a little bit easier to actually twist the pendant part of it.
Okay.
And hold this.
Yeah, it's something larger. You have better leverage.
Yeah, it's something about that. And I am a lefty, so you might do it the opposite way. I never think about the fact that I'm a lefty.
I honestly don't know if I ever realized that.
It kind of throws some people off, I think. So you get something that looks a little bit like that. And what I think is fun about this part of it is we're creating a bail here. So we're going to do a wire wrap loop, but it makes it look a little bit more fancy. So if you were just using the wire not twisted, it might not look as fun or have as much texture. So I just kind of like the look of, twisting that.
Love the twisted wire.
Making it fun. And, you can buy twisted wire. So, I mean, if that tickles your fancy, you can do that too. So I've got about an inch and maybe a half here. So what I'm going to do is grab round nose pliers. Now I may have used like a wider barrel.
Oh, like a step.
I may have used bail making pliers, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down far on the round nose. So as far as I can go, what you want to achieve is a loop big enough to put on your beading wire. And we don't need a lot of space to get it on beading wire, but I'm going to go pretty far down. And I do a weird wire wrap loop. I pull it over and then I pull it back. And I know not a lot of people do it that way. And I've got my twisty wire around the barrel. And then I'm going to take that wire. Now your little chip beads might want to come along with you. So you might have to kind of go around them and manipulate them a little bit. But if we can get that around that guy. And I'm just doing maybe, I don't know, a few wraps, 3 wraps or so.
See what you like.
See what you like. Yeah, go as far as you want there. What I want it to be is sort of substantive.
Yeah, to balance the rest of the piece.
So we've got like some wraps there. And the wire started to get to the part that wasn't twisted. So if you want more twistiness, just twist more of your wire. And so I've got four ends. Yeah. So I want to make sure they're kind of towards the back so I can cut them and then tuck them in. But I want to take a look at my loop. It looks pretty good. We'll kind of play with that, fix that up a little bit. And then I'm going to come in, and this is tricky to cut multiple wires. So always hold them. Do not just trim them, because I could blind Rachel sitting next to me.
Yeah, you got glasses on, but I don't have any protection.
That would be bad.
Thank you. You're very kind.
So I'm going to grab my my chain-os, and I'm just going to come in here and kind of tuck these guys in a little bit. And because the chips are here, even if your bail is not perfect, like it's not really going to be seen. I'm
loving this.
It's just fun, a little fun thing.
I would probably generally recommend for this technique, try to use a hardier bead. If you use a really delicate bead as you're twisting and turning and all that, like there'd be a much higher chance of like breaking if you're using a much more fragile, like 3 or 4 millimeter faceted gemstone. Yeah. So just be careful with like how fragile the bead you use. Yeah,
this is pretty tough, but it is still a ceramic artisan made piece. So just be mindful of that as you're twisting. You'll feel the tension, so you can adjust the tension as you go. But look, we've got this cute little cluster, very Southwest-ish. So that's super fun.
I love it. It's an explosion of turquoise, which is what it feels like coming to the Tucson Gem and Mineral shows.
Yes. Exactly how I was thinking of it. All right, so then let's go back to our necklace because we're going to put this guy on. And generally, I like when I hang a pendant, I like to have seed beads where the pendant will be. It'll just kind of sit over. And I'm apologizing for my gem show nails. They're a wreck.
We've been digging in the gems.
We've been
digging.
I
understand.
Digging. So my nails are not my best today. So. All right, so this is, let's make sure you can actually see this.
And we're going to do a symmetrical design today.
Yes. Unlike some of the stuff we've done
Sometimes
together.
We do asymmetry, so just checking what's coming.
Yeah. So we're going to take our wire and put our pendant on. And I like the idea of just a couple of seed beads so that you don't, in this case, have a lot of room for that to move around. And then I'm going to bring in another matching bead to that little cream colored one or white-ish one. So that's going to add just a little bit of a touch of this color that will tie back to what's happening up here.
And how many seed beads? Do you know how many you did under?
I did two.
Okay.
And I think it's just the right amount because that wire is a little bit wide. And then for all of our spacing here, we're going to do seed beads or 2 seed beads.
Okay, that's the magic number.
Yes. And you know, sometimes I do 3, sometimes I do 2.
Oh, wait, we need turquoise.
Oh God, yes. Thank you for that.
I'm going to be your extra set of eyes today.
Sometimes you just kind of like autopilot.
Yeah.
Autopilot. Look at this piece. Oh my goodness.
Whoa,
that's cool. That is so cool. Sometimes
I just that one front and center. Yeah.
Sometimes I just nerd out on a bead. Like, oh, that's a cool bead.
Cool.
That's a fun one. There's just so many pretty ones. And you guys will see, like, even after we finish this piece, there's still going to be some chips left.
Yeah.
So you could, and I'll show you the bracelet because there's even a bracelet that I made. And you'll see how many chips you've got. And it's a lot.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to do some other fun things. So
yeah, we didn't come up with an earring design, but I bet someone could do something fun. Maybe do a similar type of cluster to the necklace. Maybe just make a smaller version, use a different type of pendant. I don't know.
Yeah.
What? I want to see what y'all come
Tell
up
us.
with.
Tell us what you think. I did think about making an earring, but I kind of lost my window of time to finish that.
I mean, you made an incredible bracelet and necklace. That's not what I'm saying.
But I thought about it. I'm like, oh, I should do earrings too. And I think maybe the teardrops would be pretty for an earring.
What could you still do? Because could you still do the same technique as this pendant with that Brio drill? I think so.
I think you could.
It would just, I mean, it'll lay a little different because like the beads will be coming out of the side. But I think, I'd be interested to see that same turquoise chip
concept,
a bail concept, but with those.
All right, so the first teardrop I picked did not have any kind of a gap. I think I've got at least one here where we can do our little trick. I'm big on like try to get a little more finishing to your designs. Okay. So adding just a little something. Oh, wait, I forgot the pink bead. Geez, Louise, I get talking.
That's my middle name, Louise.
No, it is not. When
people say that, it kind of cracks me up.
No, it is not.
There you go. There's a little bit of secret. That's my middle name, Louise.
God, I cannot believe that. Oh, my goodness.
I was like, you're just saying my name.
That is so funny. Oh, I had no idea. That is awesome. So let's find one that has the hole. So this one definitely does. So if you see our hole, there we go. Yeah. There's a hole. And then there's kind of this void
like
space.
Opening, yeah.
And then the next hole is over here. So this is what I do. It may not be what you want to do. And each one, because they're all cut probably, by hand, is you won't have the same number of beads, most likely.
Yes, the space could vary for sure.
The spaces vary. So I'm going to try, I think there's at least room for 3 there. So I just string on the 3. And I think I'm going to leave it at that because sometimes if you try to put too many and then push it through the hole, it's a whole thing. It's a mess. So this is what I like to do. This is a little bit hard to show. I'm going to hold on to the beads and I'm going to take my wire and try and push it into the hole
Without those seed beads.
Without the seed beads popping off. So you can kind of guide it. I don't know.
Wow, you did it.
So, and it's not perfect. Like there's probably room for like half of one.
I know.
So,
but they'll move around. They'll fill the space.
Yeah, but it's, it's just a little extra little touch.
I like that touch.
And you don't have to do it. Oh, and you know what? I did it backwards.
Oh, all right. Now we get to see it again.
All right. So let's try it again. It does matter which way you strain these on. So let's take
we want that on the back for our design.
Yeah, for this particular design. But hey, you could do it in the front. You could do them in the front. So I think let's double check.
Figure that part out first.
That way.
That'll flow down.
Okay.
Well.
All right. So then let's try it again. Let's get our seed beads on. And that's also challenging too, is making sure that you get the wire so that it's not going into the hole because it wants to go there. So let's I'm going to grab these guys, little chain nose. I'm just going to pull it out a little bit because you're going to have to pull it back and you don't want to have to pull it very far back. So put our 3 seed beads in there. And then let's see if I can do I can do it with the opposite hand. I don't know if I can. Let's see.
Happy to assist.
Let's see if we can do
this. You've had the most practice on this for sure.
It's just like a little something extra, but you don't have to do this. Let's see if I can make that happen. Sometimes you got to kind of move it around. Aha, I feel it go through. Yes! All right. Okay.
That's sometimes me trying to get my earrings on.
It's totally.
Come on, where's the hole?
Where's the dang hole? And isn't that frustrating? I'm like, I've had these ears forever. Yes. Why can't I get
Sometimes they still trick me.
Why do they do that? It's so funny. All right. So we're gonna find the third one with no space in the back. Just, unless you want me to see it again.
That's fine. We can make our life easy.
All right. So then we're just going with a pink bead. And if you like this fanned look, you have more beads. You could go higher with the
if you get the full strand, you could have the whole necklace.
You could do more of those. And you could also pattern wise, if you like the turquoise chips, you could put the turquoise chips in between. That's a sort of an alternative idea. So this one's got the hole through the top. So I need to also make sure I'm putting this on the right direction.
Yeah, you want it to curve forward like that. Beautiful.
I love these beads.
I love the rainbow shine that they have.
Yeah. It's for me, jewelry making is all about like putting interesting things together, like putting interesting beads together, different shapes and sizes.
Yeah, we're using a lot of variety in this piece.
Yeah. So I'm ending on a pink bead. And then we're going to, and I noticed I missed seed beads there. Oh, so we're going to start with chips there.
We'll copy that.
We're going to copy that.
No, that was meant to be.
That was meant to happen. So I've got sections of 6. So we're just doing 6 chips. And if you want to be picky about which ones you pick, you can be as picky as you would like. It's your design. You do you, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
But I'm doing sections of 6 and I'm not being terribly picky, but I'm kind of looking at them.
And if anybody, we had chips on the live sale this morning of turquoise. We also had some different size nuggets. So those still have a free form shape, but different than the chip. So we had a small, medium, and large option this morning. So you could sub in, if you got that claw grab this morning, you could sub that in for this as well.
Boy, there were some really gorgeous beads this morning.
Right.
I mean, really.
It was a good one because the theme this morning was turquoise and friends. So we had brand new turquoise on every single palette, and then we showed you the gem friends to go along with them.
Yeah. And I mean, there was some carnelian, there was more rhodonite.
That red tiger eye.
Oh God, I love that.
And the hex cut tiger eye. There was a bunch of tiger eye. That looked really good. The sunstone. It was amazing.
I think there are just so many things that go with turquoise.
Yeah.
It's just.
And you can watch the replay of the live sale. And I believe when you watch the replay, if you especially if you're in the app, I think you can or on the website, click shop, and where it shows you every item, and it'll show you which ones have a wait list and which ones are still available. So you can just do it by shopping if you want to see the live sale and like see all those videos and everything, or you can just go to our website and go to the new items section, and you'll see we've posted whatever was left from this morning. And that's probably even a quicker way. And there's videos there as well. You can go there, and once you open up an item and you click to the second photo of it, it'll show you a video from this morning. It's pretty cool.
That's neat. And I think though a lot of the turquoise sold out. Right?
That is true. We were kind of in shock because we showed so much turquoise, often double the bundle that we would normally show off. But everyone came knowing it was our turquoise sale. Yeah. So they were ready. Like, that's why I'm here.
And that was another fun thing for me, was seeing how fast you guys pick up that stuff and scoop it up.
We loved it. I'm so happy y'all loved it. Yeah. So this is like, we're wrapping up our week 1 in Tucson.
Wow.
This is the 3rd day of live sales and classes. You're going to get a little bit of a break. We will not. We are going to use the next several days to shop till we drop and get ready for the live sales next week, because we're doing it again. It'll be the same exact schedule, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday next week. So I hope you will join us for round 2. The sale on Sunday, our next live sale, the theme is pearls and facets. So if you are someone who loves pearls, you have to come to that sale. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I find it hard to find pearls, like at least nice quality pearls.
And the prices have gone up a lot.
Yeah.
Because that's also become much more popular over just the last year. Yeah. It's incredible.
Yeah. And I think pearls have been trending in jewelry for the last few years. You know, I mean, they're a classic, but they're also kind of a trend.
Exactly. They come back around in terms of like how popular they are.
Yeah. So I saw some ladies in a booth yesterday buying some big hunks.
Oh, maybe those like Edison pearls or the large Baroque pearls.
Oh, wow. I have quite a collection at home, and I don't work with them that often, so I didn't bring any pearls home. But it sure was tempting me. I stopped and looked for a long time.
I mean, sometimes I'm like, going to the gem shows is like, you just gotta you're like, maybe I'll treat it like a museum today.
Yeah,
they're art exhibits that we get to touch and look up at close.
Yes.
If today's not a shopping day, it can be an art exhibit. I've done that at holiday craft markets because I love going to them, but it's not like I have that many gifts I need to buy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I could be at an art museum looking at a sculpture, or I can be looking at these handmade ceramics. It's all a museum to me. And then, eventually I might be tempted.
Well, and amazingly, at some of these shows, there are like some things that nobody's going to buy. Like,
some of them they do just have is like these massive crystals that are like more for display to kind of get your attention.
Yes. Or a big dinosaur head.
I missed that one. I gotta see that.
Some of the shows have like dinosaur bones. I mean, legit dinosaur bones.
Oh, wow.
And there's just like amazing stuff. And some things really are like more for like, oh, I'm at a museum. I'm looking at dinosaurs, and I'm looking at, all these ancient rocks that were pulled out of the ground. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we focus on the beads here, but there is more than that, because it is gem and minerals, and there's works of art here in all different forms.
And then there are shows that have a lot of like swanky jewelry.
Oh yeah, you can get finished jewelry here too.
Yeah, and yesterday I saw some jewelry that just knocked my socks off.
Oh yeah,
I mean, just like diamonds and the really, really, gorgeous faceted cut stones in a ring with mixed metals. And
wow.
I mean, I did a lot of just looking around yesterday because I was so in love.
That on myself, just walking around.
And I would look at the price tag and go, well, I'll never own that.
No, I'll just enjoy it in this
just going to look at it. But, if I won the lottery, like I would totally buy some of that jewelry. It was so beautiful. Yeah, that's another thing about the shows is you can come out and you can get so inspired by
the finished jewelry
so many things.
So many things.
The dinosaur bones even.
Yeah. There's like some stuff from like outer space. Like I think Jesse got like a piece of the moon last year because I guess like Somehow pieces of the moon can end up on Earth, and then they dig it up just like gems.
How do they know it's a part of the
That's
moon?
a good question. I don't. Maybe like they know in what time period it came and where. I don't know. He went and he listened to their whole like lecture and learned all about it. So we'll have to have Jesse tell us later.
Yeah, so I'd be a little skeptical if someone said, I'm selling pieces of the moon. I'd be like, oh, sure you are.
Fair.
Okay. But maybe it's legit. I'm sure he will clear this up for me.
I'm sure he's done his research. You can ask him at the Sam's Bead Shop meetup tonight.
I'll ask him tonight. We'll have a long conversation about it. So, so you guys, I just noticed I did a little pattern weirdness, but it's not too bad. But what I can't tell. This one's like a little off in color.
Slightly more pink.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
So just to refresh on what I did here. So these are groupings of 6, and they're going to move around. So you're going to have some texture, and these, like, even though they might be up close to your neck, they're not going to scratch you. These are soft edges. So so I just did groupings of 6, 2 seed beads, and then I was selective of the colors to tie back to the other colors in the piece. And so we've got our finished piece. All we need to do is put the clasp on.
Let's do it. I want to do it. I want to.
Because I do it weird.
Well, and because I just want to put it on. I want to model it.
She's motivated.
Well, we both have to model it. I mean, it's a necklace with turquoise and rhodonite, like in a golem ceramic.
Yeah.
Yes, I must.
Yes, please.
Yes, I must adorn this on my neck.
Yes, please. All right. I'm going to do what I normally do. And I just grabbed from my stash like a very basic toggle.
Okay.
And for this design, I don't really care what the toggle looks like. I just want it to be kind of just low key.
Yeah.
But you can pick a fancy toggle,
whatever you'd like,
fancy closure, whatever you want to do. So I've just got some very basic,
very classic toggle,
antique copper, and then I'm a big fan of French wire. I know not everybody likes this technique, but for me, this was a game changer for me at some point, and I really like the way this looks. Now, you could use a wire guard if you are a wire guard person. Actually, I'm going to cut. So I've got this French wire, and French wire it's really known for pearl knotting. So when you knot pearls on silk, a lot of times folks like to have some kind of a metallic end to give you some way to close it a little bit easier. So this is a color that's not very widely available. Just being transparent, this color, I don't know. I think I found this on some weird, obscure website years ago, but it matched. So I grabbed it, and I've got, maybe, that looks like maybe 3/4 of an inch-ish, 2 pieces of that. And again, you could use a wire guard or use something else. And I am going to do one more thing here. So I think what I want to do is end on one of these guys. I'm just now, since I didn't finish it, full disclosure, I never did put a clasp on it before.
You hid that behind the mannequin.
I hid that behind the mannequin.
Well, you knew we were going to have to take it apart today to demo it.
So I'm going to put 2 larger beads up top because I want to run my wire back down through that bead.
Oh, and those will have a larger hole.
And that will help us to kind of make the piece look a little bit more finished up top. So I'm going to add my crimp tube, which is a size 2 crimp tube, and then the French wire. And this French wire is kind of stiff, but it will bend nicely the way we want it to. And then I'm going to take half of my toggle, put that on, and I'm going to take my wire, and I'm going to go back down through the crimp and down through that rhodonite bead. And then I'm going to pull this down, and then I'm going to pull that wire until the French wire meets the crimp tube. Let's see if you guys can see that like that. And then just pull that a little snug, and then grab my crimping pliers. Take my crimping pliers, put those in the back notch, give that a squeeze, and then pop the crimp into the front notch and give that a squeeze. And so you've got a little loop of wire.
So pretty.
And I love.
It does look really good.
I love it. I know it's not for everybody. Everybody's got their own thing.
It also, I feel like it reminds me more of like vintage jewelry. I feel like, when you're in an antique shop, you'll often see that on jewelry.
So then I'm holding this up. I'm letting gravity take all of the beads down. I'm just going to use my hand.
Get rid of those extra spaces.
Yeah, just make sure everything is where it's supposed to be, especially when you have odd shaped beads like chips. They will, oops.
We'll grab that later.
We'll grab that later.
It's fine.
They'll want to take up some space and do some weird stuff. So once you give it a good, gravity check, you should be good. And we'll put on our second piece of French wire. And you guys, by no means do you have to do it this way. Your beading wire usually is pretty good looking. And if you're a soft flex user, you can match your colors and all that. Yeah. So there's lots of options. And if you're a wire guard person, you can certainly do that too. But this is just my go-to.
Yeah, everyone has their kind of signature.
Yeah. And I learned this from a designer that no longer really does any design work. And I found an old video and I went, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
It's stuck.
and I tried it and I loved it. And so that's just my thing. So, all right. So we got our other half of our toggle. And sometimes it wants to do its own thing at this point. So I'm going to pull that down. Let's see if I can.
And yes, for folks who are asking, that large pink bead there, that's a rhodonite bead. We sold it as a stretch bracelet, but you can obviously cut it open to make this design.
Yeah. That's another, little trick that you guys buy those bracelets, you get them for a great deal. They're good quality. And then
you can wear them until you're ready to make with them.
Yeah. I like this bracelet, but you know what? Now I'm going to make it into a necklace.
It's time to transform it.
So we've got a necklace, but I'll show the bracelet before we try on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's our necklace. Let's put that
pretty. No, look at that.
I love the bail. It is I liked it when I first made it, but I love it since I have been looking at it.
It matches the sort of the style of the golem bead that's all these layers of petals. So it's like adding layers to the bail.
Yeah. I like it. So I used one of the golem lentil beads.
Yeah, they're puff coin
for the bracelet. And I did this is such a simple design. But I wanted to point out just a couple of things. So the golem lentil beads have this little notch, and it's kind of hard to see because I've now masked it a little bit. But sometimes folks wonder how to address that little notch, because if you just put a regular bead up next to it, it will leave a space. And I don't know, I think maybe I am a little picky about spaces showing, and obviously with putting the seed beads in these.
About it.
So what I like to do with the lentils is I will put a seed beads all the way through it. All the way through it. And you can kind of, as you start creating, you can drop them on and you can start to see how much of a length you need. And then I put the bead on the the lentil bead on the wire, and I start to see if I'm good. And I just want a few beads to peek out on either side. So now you've created this continuity through there that kind of masks that little notch. If the notch doesn't bother you, you don't have to do something like this. But the notch kind of does it creates a weird optical illusion for me. So the other thing that this does is it slides a little bit. So Deb is a fidgeter. So I'll just kind of sit and fidget with the bead.
The spinner bracelet.
Yeah. So
I see what you're saying. It makes it look like a complete coin. It kind of hides that there even is a notch. It kind of, my eye no longer really sees it.
Yeah. And if you, maybe you don't have this color, maybe you've got a different color. You could try different metals, there's a million colors of seed beads.
True.
So you could pick whatever seed beads you want, maybe match them to your lentil. But I also did this kind of asymmetrical vibe with, again, the chips in the groupings and the little Gobis in between, and then did the Rhodonite and the Gobi on the other side. So you've got like two halves of a bracelet. And then this bead is a little bit heavy. I mean, compared to like these guys. True. So I wanted to weigh down the bottom a little bit. And of course, I took the opportunity to use those Amazonite beads, which
they had to be included.
I mean, this is definitely one of my favorite
it's a
gemstones.
Beautiful color of the Chinese Amazonite.
So nice little like fun bohemian combo, artisan gemstones, turquoise.
And those are just on head pins, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah,
we just show that one more time if you don't mind. So they're each on a head pin.
There's a little grouping of 3.
And is there any like there's no seed beads? Are there seed beads under it? Or?
Yeah, there actually are.
They're over seed beads.
So I wrapped them and then I just strung them on. And there's seed beads in there, and they're not perfectly sitting on the seed beads, but I'm just a continuity person. So I just kind of followed my seed beads around. And then I just strung on the little wrapped beads.
Oh, so it's also functional that it helps.
It kind of helps the weighting.
It has keeps a good, otherwise it could the heavier golem ceramic could fall to the back of your wrist. Yeah,
which, I mean, again, if you wear bracelets, that probably happens a lot, but that does give it a little bit of a counterbalance.
Yeah.
And then you got party in the back.
Yeah, look at that stack you've got.
I don't normally wear jewelry while I make jewelry. I forgot to take it off today, so it's weird to have my whole bracelet stack showing. But yeah, so this is just a really simple bracelet. But look, I mean, when you've got beautiful beads
and then the collection too, wearing them together. Yeah. Okay, are we allowed to try on the necklace now?
You try it on. You try it on.
I would love that.
And that shirt actually is great for it.
I think it'll stand out on it.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Someone was commenting that I've built a little bit of a collection of necklaces these last few days.
I wonder how she's done that.
It's some people go and buy necklaces.
You don't have to.
I get them custom made for myself.
They're all custom made for you.
I want it to get over. There we go.
Oh, I actually love that length on you.
Yeah, I like where this lands.
And the teardrops are just right there, and then you got a little more of that
collar.
Turquoise.
Yeah.
Put the bracelet on.
Oh, that I might need your help with.
Okay, yes, we'll do that.
Let's see if it's long enough. I might have a lot bigger wrist.
Oh, it might be
might be able to just fit. Because I usually go for like a 7.5 inch bracelet. This might be 7 inches. Okay.
Can you twist it around?
Let's see. Gently.
Oh, gently.
Yeah.
Ooh, yay. That looks good on you.
I can be your model.
I love that.
Oh, that's great. I mean, you are matching this necklace. You chose the perfect shirt. Well, I want to give you a turn as well, so you can see it on everybody.
Different models.
Okay, your turn.
Okay.
Oh, I think this suits me. I'm gonna enjoy wearing this.
Yes, it's so good. It's a good one for you.
If you need any assistance.
I think I can get it. Oh, yeah.
Well, that is perfect with that shirt.
And I did not try it on with this shirt. I was just hoping it would look good with this shirt. But it totally works.
The way that the shells just pop right there.
You guys, these shells are so cool.
How did you literally had a shirt with the exact same 3 colors. You have a shirt for everything. You are a fashionista.
I'm a little bit of a I have a little bit of a shopping problem with shirts.
You have great ones.
It's fun.
It looks fabulous. And with your hair, I love it.
I think it's fun. And I now wish I would have made earrings. So
I guess we have some extra little beads. So maybe you can take these home, do whatever you want.
Figure out a little something.
Grab one of those little shell pendants.
Yeah, and maybe a little pink above it. Maybe some chips in between.
Want to say hi? Just poke your head in.
Sam.
You all remember Sam, right?
I was listening in a little bit.
Hello, we just wrapped up. Isn't this gorgeous what she made? It's stunning.
Got a little turquoise veil.
Yeah, that was like the main technique that we learned. That was so fascinating.
It looks like it's coming out from the petals of the flower.
Exactly.
It's just growing.
That's amazing.
It's a full bouquet.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, would you try on the necklace?
I would try on the necklace. I'm wearing a white shirt right now.
Because someone said earlier that they were like, this would look so good on a white shirt. now everyone gets to see it modeled 3 ways. Let's just hold it up. Because I know you like to.
I think it looks good on Sam too.
It's almost
good
my
for
normal length.
everybody.
Nice.
It looks good on you.
There you go.
That's
perfect.
bueno.
You look pretty cool.
You look very
it's a
cool.
little bit of like
Can I wear it?
you can wear it tonight.
Do it.
Yeah, for the meetup
Do
or
it.
whatever. Like it has a little bit of like a surfer vibe.
It
I
does.
feel like with
When
your,
he
like,
puts it on,
when
it
you
looks
have
like
like the open shirt and stuff.
It matches the green pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually a great match.
It's fun.
Oh my gosh. I love
It's the
it.
sisterhood of the traveling necklace. The brother
Just keep passing it around to everybody.
Jesse, your
Jesse
turn.
needs to put it on. Get in here, Jesse.
I love the whole living room set up here. This
Yeah.
is fun.
Oh, thanks for hopping in, Sam.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks, Sam.
Oh, that's great. All right, can we take it back for a moment?
Oh.
Just a moment.
Just for
I'm
a moment.
sorry.
Just a moment.
I'll bring it tonight then.
Yes, exactly. And I'm going to show one thing real quick. Here's our app. When you go to the homepage, you'll see our new items. So you'll see what we're using today. I also wanted to point out that we have these sections at the top. So you can actually scroll over, and my favorite spot on the app, the artisan find section. And so here, so it looks like we do have waitlist open for the two that we use today, but wait a sec, low stock alert. You can get it in the pink color that is currently available, at least right now when we're live. So if I click that, I can see that. And then if I scroll over, or press play video, you can actually watch the video from this morning and like see the beads moving, which I think can be helpful to like really tell what color they are and all that. So those are just little tips for using our app. And then you can find all the other artisan finds.
All the other goodies.
There's some fun stuff.
I love the large one. Feather.
Right?
Yeah.
There's still some available.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Very Tucson.
Yes. All right. Well, this is the okay. Let me lay it out. That's what
We'll show it one more time.
Look.
For one last look.
So yeah, check out the links in the description. There's also links to Deb's social media. It's a link tree, so you'll open it up and you'll get to her social media, to her Etsy store. Check out all the stuff. If you like working with larger beads, more unique beads, or you just want inspiration on how to use that, you're gonna get some good stuff from Deb. You're always posting on Facebook, giving people inspiration. I love that.
I can't stop.
Yeah.
So
thank you so much for joining us today and having fun with us.
This is a great day.
Is so good. Thank you,
Such
Deb.
a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sweetie.
All right, we have to keep going. We got to shop a little this afternoon, and then we have to head to the Sam's Bead Shop meetup. So, thank you, everyone. We'll see you later.
Thanks for being here, you guys. Bye.